What exploded? What exploded?
Man, looking at all that destruction, the way that down that street looks, it almost looks like a riot. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know any better, just from looking at that, like man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Is there any more? Have y'all seen any footage of how the crash happened? Because you know what I'm saying? Because this right here is about the only footage I've seen.
This right here says this is 4 days in a row now in America. 3 out of 4 planes have crashed. When is this the third plane? I didn't even know there was a third crash.
Yeah, I don't remember it being a third. Only 2 crashes I know about was the one in Philly and the one in Washington D.C.
Yeah, this is brand new right here.
So yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? That's why I dropped it in the chat because I was like, man, I didn't know
703.
there was that many. That's why I was asking y'all, have y'all seen any more? Because this right here is the only one that I came across.
I didn't see any more, but I did see a bunch of people like panicking on social media about like saying how basically, you know, everybody they tied it to Trump, saying how chicken like there's a recall on chicken and the price of eggs is being high again and all this is happening and now just planes are crashing back to back. So now it's this conspiracy about how
Stop listening to Amoeba.
Man, I don't understand what's going on with people, man. Hey, man, shout out to Trump over there in the background with Phil. But, man, I'm trying to tell you, how do you continue to blame this man for plane crashes? He's only been in office like, what, 10 days, 11 days? What's the name? The first,
when you get in office and there's 4 plane crashes back to back, you know what I'm saying, days apart, 2 days apart. People
Wait, don't say it.
If they trying to,
Don't say it. You're a school teacher.
Don't say what?
Don't say it. Don't say what I think.
Nah, I ain't. No, I'm not. I ain't no conspiracy theories, but I'm just saying. People already panicking. They're already wondering, like, oh, they already thinking the next thing about to happen before all this happened. They're already thinking as soon as Trump, you know what I'm saying, got inaugurated, they was already thinking. They're already looking for something crazy to happen. And then for stuff crazy to actually start happening, of course, they about to panic, man.
Crazy shit happen every day. It just don't get put on the news, bro.
Ain't no plane crashes happen every day.
Nah, no, they definitely don't. But this is the most, like, if this is true, you know what I'm saying, allegedly, this is, man, I think that's a record because you're actually more safer traveling by air than you are on land.
That's the thing. That's what was scary because, you know what I'm saying, the main thing that's the main form of transportation that's the safest, or the safest form of transportation is becoming like it's trying to make it seem like it's a normal thing for these things to crash, for these planes to crash. And I travel by plane a lot, man, to see that American Airlines crashing, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say make it a lot now. I wouldn't say they're trying to make it normal now because it's only, like I said, allegedly, if this is true. I've only seen 2, you know.
I only seen 2. And then I know it was one last year. It was one in December, this past December, but that was in like Korea or something.
Well,
it don't matter where it's at, but yeah.
This has had things like this has happened a couple times or 3 or 4 times in me and Phil's life, you know, for the 50 plus.
It's happened more than that because it's happened 3 or 4 times in my lifetime, so it had to happen more times than that in y'all's.
Yeah, because I don't exaggerate, so I wanted to be 100%. But that just happens in batches. It seems like sometimes, like things like that, like certain planes was getting, they was doing a lot of hijacking, but it was like all at once. Planes was crashing, you know, and I'm talking about over the course of my lifetime, you know, I'll say our lifetime because we're about the same age, but it was happening at a crunch time or compressed time. It wasn't like, oh, a year down the road or 2 years. So this to me could be coincidental. It really does seem like planned though. To me, with the helicopter,
the timing is crazy.
Helicopter to me seemed like a suicide mission, but they said it was the helicopter's airspace. So
the one in Philly.
Okay, if it was the helicopter's airspace,
they didn't say that. Hold on, let me go ahead and correct you on
One
that.
person, I heard somebody say that.
No, well, whoever said that was wrong. That's been, like I said, we'll get into that more later on that. But right now we're talking about the Philly situation, and I don't know, bro. I don't know how we can sit there and blame anybody right now. You know what I'm saying? I get where Trump was, what he was saying. Even, you know what I'm saying, that's my dude. He might have jumped just a little too early and blaming it on a certain program.
Yeah,
we definitely got to do a little bit. We definitely got to do a little bit more research with the Philly. You know what I'm saying? The DC situation has actually been looked in and talked. Well, like I said, it's been talked by someone from the public, but someone who actually lives that life and actually is a pilot. So even that's still speculated on his form because he's not the actual investigator. But yeah, with the Philly situation, man, like how you know what I'm saying? Is there any more footage that shows more detail on where it came from, how it happened, what did it run into, or did it hit anything, or did it just malfunction and use the streets, the kind of land, and that's where
they said that they're still investigating on that. They said that they've come up with like I think it was like 5 different reasons of what it could have been. Suicide was one of them that they had on there.
Really?
It was like and then there's another one was like malfunctions. It says something like pilot. What's the word they use? Because this is the one where they had this is like a, I guess like a ambulance, or they had like a patient. They was transporting a girl. She was, I don't know if she was injured or sick or what, but her parents was on there, like 2 doctors and 2 pilots. And the part where they're talking about suicide being the case, I think they're trying to say that suicide on the part of one of the pilots. But they're still investigating that. They didn't come to a clear, reason of what's really going on. But there's I know equipment failure, is what they said that they're one of the things they're investigating. What's the word? Pilot disorientation is what they said. Pilot disorientation, suicide, and there's like 2 more things on that list.
Which one are you talking about on that one?
The Philadelphia one. What you talking about? Which plane crash? The one in Philly.
Probably, yeah. You was talking about.
Yeah, that's the one. The one in Philly is the one that had the little girl who they was transporting, and her 2 parents.
I'll tell you what, these some hell of a coincidences.
Yeah.
I mean, for these crashes that happen like that back to back.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be knocking on Trump too, because the first crash, Trump did a speech and he was like pretty much like assuring the people that our air travels were safe.
No, we're going to be safe. You can't just snap your finger and make it safe.
No, he didn't say we're going to be safe. He said we are safe.
I missed that one then. I know I saw the one he was talking about putting the competent people in and getting rid of the ones who, were, I hate to bring up the damn DEI, but if you're brought in from DEI and you're not qualified, you're about to be outside.
And people taking a hissy fit about that. They got a problem with us wanting to have qualified people in doing certain types of jobs. That's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just like it's the timing, man. Like it's just how coincidental is that, man? How is that on time enough for him to say, "Oh, see, I was just talking about DEA or DEI or whatever." You know what I'm saying? How is that just perfect timing for him to even use that as, okay, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is why we're getting rid of DEI. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I can understand people's thought process on that.
Yeah, because from the information that's out there, you will see it gets more clear. You know what I'm saying? But we've gotten to a point where we've gotten more comfortable with being opinionated. You know what I'm saying? We don't even have the facts yet. Wait until the facts come out,
right? And
then you know what I'm saying, give your opinion on your part of what you got on the facts. Nobody before on day one, as soon as it happened, I'm talking about they were still getting debris out the water. They hadn't even got it out the water yet, and it was already oh, this is why it happened, this and that. Like, man, nobody got nothing, man. But now that information is starting to come out now, the recording between the Hawk helicopter. I said the Hawk. What was it? Black Hawk. Black Hawk
That's
helicopter.
Washington. That's
you know
in
what I'm
Washington.
saying? Yeah. So they were talking about that. Now that that's coming out, now it's starting to look. Now details are starting to come out. So now you can give a little bit more of a detailed opinion, but still, the whole entire facts haven't come out yet. So you know what I'm saying? I can see both sides. I can say, oh well, see what happened. See what happened. Look who you voted for. Look what happened. Man, that dude ain't got no control of the planes. He ain't got no control of nothing. None of the DEI program. Well, actually, just cut that. But at the same time, it doesn't change overnight. It's like the ones that don't want to see Trump win anyway. The smallest little thing, I ain't even. Well, this is big, but anything that happens, oh, you see, like it's like I don't think people understand how the presidency works. That's why it's like this is a reason why your electoral college makes your votes, chooses your president. Because you know what I'm saying, if it was based off the people's opinion, man, we would have. You think we got chaos amongst one another now with the left and the right now? Man, it would be terrible. It would be terrible.
Yeah.
Imagine if Kamala was in there during this situation. Do you think that administration would have responded as fast as they did? JD fans, all of them was coming straight. They responded. They was being more transparent with the information that they had. The last administration, we probably wouldn't. They'd have been talking about it, but you probably wouldn't even seen them. You probably would have been asking about where's Kamala at? What is she gonna do? Then she would have probably came out. That's speculated. That's allegedly. I don't know, but it's based off of the way she ran her campaign. But it just don't make it don't make any sense, man, until we get the full facts out before we can really say that they was qualified or unqualified.
And I'm gonna say this: DEI or not, this these incidents that happen due to an error.
Definitely.
So, either way it go, it was an error on behalf of somebody.
Or human error at that. Be very clear on that. It wasn't no mechanical error.
No.
It was a human.
Yeah. With a helicopter running into a plane, I think that's a wake-up call for all of us to not depend on damn AI as much and autopilots and shit, because it's damn near impossible, but obviously possible for a damn helicopter to run into a fucking plane.
Well, yeah, that's traffic control communication. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Leave traffic control out of it. It go back to what I just said, bro.
That's
you flying the plane. You gotta look. You gotta look.
It's traffic control. It's the people flying.
Flew in Black Hawk
and the automation. If they were on automation,
you wasn't the pilot, Will. You flew in it. You was the passenger. You wasn't the pilot, sir. So sit back and chill.
Exactly.
Okay, then. So then what you can't do is talk about how somebody controlled it. Then, so let's not do that.
Well,
okay.
I flew with very good pilots. I flew with very good pilots. So once again, for a Black Hawk to hit a freaking plane, it goes back to what I was just saying. That pilot of that Black Hawk let himself and his people down and everybody down because he was not up on the level he should have been or she should have been in a Black Hawk. But now some of the other helicopters that I've never flown in, I wouldn't even comment on because I don't know what's going on. But I've flown in Black Hawk after Black Hawk. I lived on an airfield, so.
And you don't have to be a pilot to be in a helicopter and see that you're about to cross a runway area and there's an airplane out there in the distance coming around. I done rode in helicopters of quite a few times, and you can see some shit far, far away.
Especially they gotta keep
when I was in the Navy, they flew us to the ship in a helicopter, and you can see that shit for miles away before you get to it. And
you got to keep visual distance. That's already.
But see, y'all getting off the topic, though. The whole entire point what we're talking about is because the pilot crashed, not the passengers. You know what I'm saying? So the passenger opinions has nothing to do with what that pilot was doing.
But wasn't it another two people in there with the Black Hawk pilot?
But how many control? But who's controlling? Who's controlling the helicopter? How many pilots? How many pilots?
I see a plane over there.
But see, that's
my point.
Bro, but he's a trained pilot though. Nobody shouldn't have to tell you. Yeah, for one, pilots they already know that you got to keep visual distance from any other aircraft.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? So that's why I
like I said before, I don't care if you're a pilot
control.
or not. If you are a passenger sitting on a helicopter, and there's a pilot flying it, and you see that you are headed towards a damn plane, you're just gonna sit there because you're a passenger and you're not the pilot. You're not gonna say anything.
That much faith in that pilot?
All right, then answer this question
No.
for me then. I'll answer this question here right
How
here.
y'all know the passengers didn't say nothing?
Hold on. This is why I'm getting ready to break it down. I'm getting ready to break it down, Kill. So going off of what y'all both are saying right now, right? Y'all the passengers, right? And y'all see this plane from far off, and you see your pilot ain't doing that. What you gonna do? You gonna take over?
Hey, there's an airplane. We're about to crash into this airplane, man.
And then you might make them crash because you panic, and then now he done like, oh, he probably done lost control.
You are a school teacher. Please stop. You're a school teacher. Please stop.
I'm saying, but who's to say the passengers didn't say nothing? Because they're not allowed to tell you if they said nothing or not.
Rewind. Listen to yourself. You gonna?
I know the reaction time.
You're talking like the pilot is some low IQ person with low emotional intelligence flying the thing, and if you say
you better not say low IQ. Better not say them three letters.
How you talking? That's actually how you talking because you saying that this pilot don't know to have separation in the air at a visual space to where he should already be able to make a decision before that even happens.
You obviously have not listened to what I said and didn't listen to what you said and haven't seen the videos. The video, for one, the pilot of the Black Hawk said that I'm aware and I see the plane.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So
hold on, because you don't have clarity.
Let him talk in a circle.
He saw the plane. He said what happened was it looks like he saw the wrong plane. So once again, if you driving in a car, if you in a car and you approaching a four-way and you going 75 miles an hour and the light is green, I know I'm a great driver. I have multiple schools under my belt, military driving schools, civilian driving schools. But if I'm going 75 miles an hour and I'm the driver and you in the passenger seat and the light is green, if a car over here looks like it's going fast and looks like it's going to go through the four-way, are you not going to say, hey, Will, you see that car over there? You going to see that? Nah,
hey,
bro.
Will. See,
where did you get the info on the pilot saying that he saw the plane?
Hold on. Yeah, he explained it all the way wrong though. That's why I said just go ahead and let him talk in a circle. The dude said he has visual separation. That was his exact words. He got visual separation, which means he says he's seen it, but the one he saw was behind him. So all that whole analogy Will just went through talking about how he
saw the wrong plane, period.
You're not talking about the car. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's looking at the cars behind them. The pilot was talking about the plane that he saw was behind him.
And when
that's why we need to play. That's why I said when you talk about something, let's not be opinionated. Let's bring the fact. That's why when we get ready to roll into the clip, the next one, it's going to break it down exactly what I just said.
So once again,
and visual separation is what you want. They're supposed to maintain visual separation.
Yes.
So once again, the pilot ain't got common sense to look and see if there's any planes in front of him. I get it.
Visual separation means that he's good. That you're supposed to maintain visual separation.
So he's more concerned with the planes and stuff behind him. You talking about the plane or the helicopter? I'm talking about the helicopter pilot.
Yes, roll the clip, Phil. Let's
go see.
Secure the actual audio from the incident over the Potomac last night. Let's listen in together.
789 concept so far. Good day. Okay. American 7130 for the final.
You're going to see a back and forth now between Reagan Tower and the various aircraft that they have lined up on approach into the airport. This happened at about 8:46 p.m. Last evening, and you can see there's several airplanes lined up. That's typical coming in about that time of night at Reagan. They're talking to American Airlines 3130. which I think is number 2 for the runway. They're telling them to slow down to their final approach speed because they're separating everybody on the way in. It's going to turn out that American 3130 is a key player in what happens here.
Slow on American 3130. Pat 25, traffic just off the Wilson Bridge is CRJ.
Pat 25 is the helicopter that ran into the CRJ 700. It was a PSA flight. The flight number is 5342. It would go under the call sign Blue Streak 5342. You don't ever hear them talking to tower. They've already been cleared to land on runway 33. So they would come in on an approach on runway 1, and then they would kind of circle the land on runway 33. It's a little shorter runway, but they take some of the regional jets and they put them on that runway. Pat 25 is the Black Hawk helicopter that is just south of the Woodrow Bridge. And they've just taken off. They're airborne. The tower is saying to them, there's traffic. It's a CRJ. It's at 1,200 feet lined up for runway 33. Do you have that traffic? Pat 25 is going to call back and say yes.
It's 1,200 feet, start runway 33.
Pat 25 says, has the traffic in sight, request visual separation. What that means is that they're going to take responsibility for visual separation from that aircraft. What happened? Here's what I think happened. This is not the final word on it, but what I think happened was it was at night. There's several airplanes lined up. There is that Blue Streak 5342, which is a CRJ that they ran into. Right behind them, just a few miles, is American 3130. Everybody has their lights on as they're coming in. I believe the helicopter looked at the American 3130 and said, I've got the traffic in sight, and they never saw the airplane, the CRJ that was right next to them. That's my conjecture on what happens.
Special separation. This separation group. American 1630 tower, runway 1 lock void, traffic through outside runway 33, dispatch 16 off funnel.
So this is typical stuff that's going on in a busy airport. They're lining somebody up to take off. They're saying, pay attention. I'm going to give you an immediate takeoff here. I've got traffic lining up for runway 33. That's the CRJ that got ran into. And he's on a 6-mile final. It might be somebody even behind him, but they're lining everybody up to take off into land.
Please keep 5307. Keep rolling out to November, South 17 today.
You can see at the bottom of your screen there, the CRJ, the Blue Streak 5342, they're beginning to now kind of come out a little bit to line up the runway to land on runway 33. They're not going to go right straight down the river. They got to come out a little bit wider and come in. But remember, Pat 25, which is up here, the helicopter at the middle of your screen, they've already said we accept responsibility for visual separation.
American 1631 star 32014, Duck 25, traffic 2-mile elevation, runway 33, no delay, runway 1 clear for immediate
Clears
takeoff.
American to
Number
take
1,
off.
clear for takeoff, American 1630.
Here it comes.
CRJ in sight.
Now the tower is seeing what's happening, and they're saying, do you have the CRJ in sight? Because you guys are getting kind of close. And the Pat 25, the helicopter, says once again, yeah, and I'm asking for visual separation. Okay, the responsibility is on you then.
Pat 25,
The other plane right behind it.
This club has a aircraft in sight, request visual separation.
Okay, so Pat 25 says, has the aircraft in sight, request visual separation. I don't think they had these guys in sight. I think they had the airplane behind them in sight.
Behind
That's why
him,
this is
Will.
such a tragedy.
Behind him.
Bro, that's low competence or suicide.
Yeah, pause, Phil.
Murder, bro.
You said what now?
That's low competence intentionally, which is
Low
for
competence on who?
Suicide. It don't make sense. They already talking to you about visual. You flying a helicopter at night. That don't way to work in aviation. I mean, I
So
was
you
in it
saying
too long.
this
I ain't even
certified
gonna come in on
pilot?
it. I ain't even gonna come in.
You're saying the certified pilot is incompetent?
I'm kind of done.
It's still on the pilot.
I'm kinda done.
That was the whole argument. You just admit it. You just defeat. You just rest our case.
That's why I wanted to go ahead and jump into this clip, man. You gotta do your homework, man. There it is. It's
Ain't
right
no
there.
homework to do on it. I'm sitting here listening to the
No,
dude.
okay,
talk
where your
about the
pilot license
helicopter
at, Will?
pilot.
Show me your pilot license, because this man's got the uniform on and everything. So show me your pilot license.
What I need a pilot license to say?
Because you just sat there and say this man was incompetent. Well, this is his job that he still do today. Not something he did.
He don't do
10
nothing
years
that
ago.
he did. Didn't the pilot die?
No,
No,
have mercy.
Will not
Didn't
talking
the
about this
pilot
guy.
die, right? He died, right?
Now, I need you to get on the
talking
same subject. We talking about this man right here, the pilot that just broke it down to you. What his perspective was. Nobody, once again, all this is speculative. Now, no one is saying this is exactly fact. Even he just said it. This is his speculation on what he was thinking as a pilot's point of view, not from a passenger's point of view. From a pilot's point of view.
Will's saying
but we're talking about the dude that died,
was
the pilot that
incompetent.
crashed.
Which still
Right.
rests our case because it's on the pilot. He's at, you know what I'm saying? You can't
I
blame
guess
the
y'all
passenger.
forgot a few minutes ago. I said that
You're blaming the
the
passenger.
pilot right here said that the pilot of the helicopter probably saw a different plane.
Yes, the one
I think
the
you
one that's
recorded
behind
that, right,
that plane, the
Phil?
one that's at the bottom.
You
of the
recorded it,
screen.
right, Phil?
What I'm
Yeah,
saying is
that's
the
exactly what I
passengers
said.
ain't.
This pilot said that the pilot of the helicopter probably saw a different plane.
Is this still not on the pilots? Is this not the fault of the pilot though? The man's driving the thing.
It is partially his fault.
That was the initial argument.
You don't think it's partially the pilot's fault?
No, we're saying it's 100%.
I don't think it's partially. I think it is the pilot's fault.
Yeah, we're saying it's 100%.
I don't think it's partially.
I just said it was the pilot's fault.
No, y'all was arguing about the passengers.
Just thank you. That's why.
That's how we got into this.
That's exactly why I said. Not the passenger's opinion, the pilot's opinion.
Yeah,
You
I
muted.
was talking
You
about
muted.
the pilot. Yeah.
We wasn't trying
All
to
right,
blame
go
it on
ahead,
the
keep
pilots.
going.
That's nonsense. I mean, wasn't trying to blame it on the passenger. And I agree with Will. That's negligence and incompetence on the pilot's behalf. They asked the pilot 2 or 3 times, was he clear? And he said, yeah. And we're looking at it. We're looking at the path right here.
Phil, now you're starting to repeat the exact same thing that we're saying, that me and Kill saying now.
So
That's what I originally said,
we
though,
are in agreement. So let's keep moving.
So we're
all right, keep moving.
so we're all on the same page then, right?
Yeah, because I talked about the passenger secondary, so I don't even whatever. I just used the passengers as an example.
And that's what I was doing too.
You say something if you was on a plane in a helicopter, if you could talk to the pilot, if you thought something was about to happen.
We are in agreement. Let's keep moving.
All right, let's keep it rolling.
Like, because you guys are getting kind of close. And the Pat 25, the helicopter says once again, yeah, and I'm asking for visual separation. Okay, the responsibility is on you then.
Pat 25, pass line is CRJ.
Pat 25 has a aircraft in sight, request visual separation.
Okay, so Pat 25 says, has the aircraft in sight, request visual separation. I don't think they had these guys in sight. I think they had the airplane behind them in sight. That's why this is such a tragedy.
I don't understand that part. He said he don't think that the pilot had the guys in front of him in sight. He think he had the guys behind him in sight.
The plane that he hit, he didn't see that. He seen what was behind that plane. That's how I took it.
He saw what was behind it.
Yeah, you don't see there's two planes, Phil. There's 2 planes in front of the helicopter.
Okay, I'm looking at it backwards. Yeah. All right, I see now. So he didn't see the one that he was about to hit. He saw the one that was behind the one he was about to hit.
Yes.
Still doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it don't.
Don't
Because
make
that
sense to me
plane,
either.
that plane had its light. Even when you see it crash, you could clearly see that the commercial flight light. It had its light on. So I don't know how the helicopter didn't see it. I don't know what they were looking at, but yeah, I don't know. But it's definitely not on control tower, because control tower kept reaching out like, hey, you know what I'm saying? The pilot kept breaking it down like, hey, they kept.
He says your responsibility. It's on you now.
They say, hey, boom, we got visual separation. So boom, they took 100% accountability. So what was the helicopter pilot looking at?
And speaking of control was like, you guys are getting, that looks really close.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't control be like, hey, y'all are close. You say you
Right.
got visual. Nah, you need to veer off, buddy. Y'all are too close.
Right, exactly. Because you know the damn speed that the car, the helicopter is going, and the speed that the plane is going. So you know, just like a police officer don't have to use radar to clock you, they can use a VASCAR timing system and say, well, you covered 200 feet in this amount of time, your black ass or your white ass or your ass was speeding, point blank, period. In that control tower, they can look at that thing and see, hey, look, you need to slow down, you need to move. There is a plane in front of you.
Yeah,
great.
And that's what, and everything we're seeing right now is why it's looking like, all right, what was the intentions of this? Did they do this on purpose? That's why people saying that.
A planned event, some crazy.
That's why people are trying to say that. Was it suicide? Was it planned? Was it a terrorist attack? Whatever people, going through
inside terrorist attack.
Inside job, yeah.
American 4782 by Baton now for an visual. American 472 Walker Star 1 star 3Q017.
So you hear somebody in the tower go, oh, and they see what just happened. As you can see in your screen here, the collision took place. The tower has seen it happen in real time. They're human beings. Are reacting just like you and I would. The helicopter ran into the CRJ. The CRJ's airspace was their airspace. In front of them, behind them, on both sides of them, it was the responsibility of the helicopter to maintain visual separation. They even told him a couple times, do you got him in sight? Do you got him in sight? He said, yep, got him in sight. I'm accepting responsibility for the separation. And I think just like when you're driving in a car and you look and you see a car behind the one that almost hit you, you see that car and you didn't see the one right here. And when you turn out in front, sometimes there's a collision. It's really tragic when this happens in an airplane. Again, it's been decades since there's been a mid-air collision in this country. This is such an unusual circumstance to take place. It's such a tragedy. It's been 12 years since there's been a fatality in a commercial airliner here in the United States. That's unprecedented. And that wasn't a mid-air collision. That was just an accident. This is a mid-air collision, and this hasn't happened in forever. So now we know what's going on here. Pat 25, the helicopter, accepted responsibility for visual separation. They probably had their eyes on the airplane behind them, and then they tragically ran into these guys.
That's crazy. I guess you can't have like the laser systems on the planes for safety like you have on the cars or something, because I don't. This shit is mind blowing, bro.
No, you can't have the cars only going 60, 70 miles. That plane was going about 3. Well, I don't know. It was it was descending, so it might have been going about 300-400 miles an hour. That helicopter was probably doing 1+.
And see, that go back to the helicopter. I don't understand. Like, why wouldn't he slow down? Like, shit is crazy.
That's my next thought too. Technology.
It makes no sense to me. I just come from I'm telling you, if you would have been there for a camera with the strictest of the strictest people that I work with MSD safety all the time, airfield safety all the time, FOD safety. I mean, this shit intentional. That shit crazy, bro. It's crazy. That should have never happened.
You say it was intentional?
I'm saying from my perspective, based on my personal training, living on an airfield for 4.5 years of my life, going through so much training to just make you want to just run the fuck away, bro. Like, I mean, fire department coming in, the all these officials coming in. Look, this is an airfield. This is dangerous. Such and such just got his head chopped off from a helicopter blade. I mean, and then they start intensifying the training. So from my perspective, I'm like, how can this happen? You're in aviation. You're like thinking all the time, ABC, safety, visual. I mean, so I can't even process this. I can't process it.
And that's the part where Trump made his comment on blaming it on DEI, because DEI, they don't really go based off merit. It's more filling a, a quota. We need a certain particular person or a certain ethnic group to be in here to fill this position so we can meet quota to be fair. You know what I'm saying? Forget fair. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We can use an analogy for sports. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting someone in the game just to be fair to let them play, even though they garbage,
right?
You know, or mediocre. You know,
like taking all 4 of us and putting us on the NFL team.
Yeah, just
right
to be
now.
fair, because we feel like we should have made it to the NFL. I need my opportunity. You need to be fair. No, it's over with. It's done.
It's over.
We don't qualify.
Go out there and get our bones.
If DEI had an effect on who they hired as a pilot, then that ain't got nothing to do with DEI. That's on who hired that guy as a pilot. If you hire somebody as a pilot, because of, you know what I'm saying, to keep it equal, then come on. I mean, that's common sense. Like you do something like that at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? DEI comes into effect when you hire somebody at McDonald's because they got a little mild handicap and you don't want to discriminate against them.
Where you been?
The thing about it, DEI,
you hiring pilots because of you hiring pilots.
But no, that's speculation. I say that's speculating. That's not a fact, bro. So don't take
that's far left. He shouldn't even mention that.
You took that to heart, bro.
No, I'm saying when he mentioned that ain't got nothing to do with that. That's what I'm saying. That was my thing. That was pointless to mention.
But he didn't even say it for. I think he said when they asked him that. I think he said possibly. I can't. I don't want to quote him because I don't want to be wrong either. I don't think when he said it. I don't think he said it was like in a definite manner. I could be wrong now. You know what I'm saying? I kind of brushed over that topic because once they started trying to demonize the man for saying something, I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna fall into the hype. Let me go see what he said and fall into the hype and whatnot. But
I didn't go look either. But
you know, I don't know if he said it 100%. But even if he did, you got to. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it from both sides because a lot of things that's been going on from the last administration is been based off of those actions. You know what I'm saying? They putting people in place that is not qualified to do their damn job across the board. This is outside of the crash. This is just across the board. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing a terrible job as an administration. The man just got in there. He's trying to delete a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He made some executive orders on day one dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the FAA. So, you know what I'm saying? And now, boom, here we go with this. You know, how we don't know, like y'all said, that might have been an inside job. Oh, he doing an executive order. All right, cool. Be getting ready to go ahead and put some more damage on your record. Here it is.
Yeah, because people would definitely do some crazy stuff just to be remembered for a certain thing, and it's crazy.
No type of automation kicked in, and the pilot made an error.
Yeah, that's a fact. Definitely a
positive.
It's tragic, man.
Tragic, man. Prayers for the family. Prayers, good energy, and we just move on. This is sad. My condolences to all the families and everybody connected because it's just sad.
Well, let's not move on yet. Let's figure out what happened. Let's find out exactly detail by detail what happened. Let's fix the problem and do better.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, let's make this not happen again. Because I want to fly planes. I don't want to fly the plane, but I want to travel on planes.
For sure.
I want to feel comfortable. Take my family through the air. I get a little turbulence already. Be damn.
For sure. So yeah, man, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Tap in.